What's good, y'all? Michael here today with another video. Before we begin, please go subscribe and leave a like for my channel. And, just let's get into it. So, here's what I think needs to be addressed in the offseason. Quarterback isn't really a problem, It would work with any quarterback because of the wide receivers, tight ends, all that other shit. But here's the thing that needs to get addressed. You can say the quarterback needs to be addressed, but you need the offensive line to get addressed. So my theory on why they're keeping Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy is because even though we were on a 6-game losing streak, they were able to get us back in the playoffs. So because of that reason, hey guys, you got us back in the playoffs. Why not? Why should we fire you? It's going to be with a new quarterback, sadly, because let's just for real. I don't want Mitch to be with Matt Nagy because I just feel like Matt Nagy just doesn't like Trubisky. So now that we got the quarterback out of the quarterback candidates will be Matthew Stafford, who I think will have a better season in Chicago than he did in Detroit. Just keeping it above 50 with you. Another candidate would be Matt Ryan. And I know Matt Ryan's getting old and he's a top 10 quarterback in my opinion. I just have a feeling that, Atlanta just giving him back. Like, they had Dan Quinn, he had a bad defense, but he never complained. So, we get Matt Ryan. The other candidates would be, I don't think we're drafting a quarterback until like the 3rd round. So, because we don't want to start from ground one again. We're getting a veteran quarterback. Deshaun Watson. Okay? Here's what you have to understand. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is a trash player. The only thing I'm going to say about Deshaun Watson is he shouldn't be complaining because he just lost one receiver in the offseason, and you're acting like, oh, it made a difference. What happened in Arizona? They missed the playoffs. So it's not like DeAndre Hopkins is a big difference changer on a team. Okay? He had Will Fuller, who had a monster season before he got suspended with PEDs. Then you have Randall Cobb, who's been a beast slot receiver for a decade. Catching balls from Rodgers, catching balls from Dak. Brandon Cooks, who's been a 1,000-yard season for every season he plays, was out there. David Johnson, who did not have a bad season as you think. And Deshaun Watson gave him 4 wins. So, I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is a bad player. I'm just saying, why is he complaining? And so let me get this straight. If Kyler Murray misses the playoffs next season, and they don't fire Cliff Kingsbury, can he demand a trade too? When James Harden demanded his trade, and I'll give you a perfect example. When James Harden demanded his trade, we heard how he was at the strip clubs and late to practice. But Deshaun Watson requests a trade, everybody's quiet. Okay? You don't run away from your problems. Like, give your front office a chance to do something. Because Brady, the only thing, as bad as Brady got with Belichick and Robert Kraft, he never demanded a trade. He just left New England. He during free agency. You can do that. But Aaron Rodgers, I'll give you a perfect example of Aaron Rodgers. When they hired Matt LaFleur, the GM called Aaron Rodgers and said, Aaron, do not be the problem. Do not be the problem. When they hired Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers immediately got a call from the GM and told him, Aaron, do not be the problem. He never complained. So, Deshaun Watson, if you want to redeem yourself from 2017, go ahead. Like, I'm all with it, but be careful who you choose with Deshaun Watson. Okay? Running backs are not really a problem because you have David Montgomery, you have Cordell Patterson, who is going to be resigned because, and you have Tariq Cohen, who's been out for the season this season. So you have Tariq Cohen coming back. He's going to be your gadget running back. So, and the receivers are fine. You know, what you want to do is resign Al Robinson, draft a receiver in case you don't want to do that. Tight ends, you got Cole Kmet and Jimmy Graham. Maybe you draft a tight end in the later rounds, or you get a not really the tight end problem. The tight end situation for the Bears isn't that bad like it was in 2019, where we literally had to play practice squad tight ends were coming in the mix. And you need to address the O-line. The O-line is not perfect. Charles Leno, I guess you can keep. Bobby Massive should get cut, and we need to draft a left guard, which he's currently right now. We need to keep Sam Mustipher, and we need to keep and we need Cody Whitehair, and Charles Leno, Cody Whitehair, James Daniel, and who do you need for the left guard? I suggest you draft one because you don't know what's going to happen with Jai Ifedi, I think his name was, from the Seahawks we got. The defense is a defensive coordinator away from being back to 2018. So we get a defensive coordinator that actually knows how to put pressure on. Then we know then the defense is fine. Special teams, I don't see a problem with it. So I already told you what I expect from the quarterbacks. You know, maybe we get Carson Wentz, maybe we get Cam Newton. I'm just saying, if the Bears want to redeem themselves and have a perfect and want to write the Super Bowl, they're just a quarterback and an offensive line away from a Super Bowl, go get a star player in Matthew Stafford. Is because here's the thing about Matthew Stafford. Like, you have to understand. I stand by what I said about Matthew Stafford. I think he's a career loser. But I think because of his shotgun, the reason with him being a shotgun quarterback and Matt Nagy wants to run this shotgun offense, I don't mind Matthew Stafford. You just need to give him an offensive line and get him weapons. Maybe if Al Robinson leaves, we can sign Kenny Golladay. So we get Kenny Golladay, we trade for Matthew Stafford, and we run this shotgun offense. We will be fine. Okay, that's my perfect situation for the Bears is they get Matthew Stafford. But I stand everything that I said about Matthew Stafford. But just being realistic, I think he's going to have a better season with the Bears than he did with the Lions. Just keeping it above 50 with you. If we can get Matthew Stafford and develop in the shotgun offense, I think he will be fine. Because here's the thing, what you have to understand about Stafford. He's the greatest quarterback that the Lions have ever had. But all we need is an average quarterback to win a Super Bowl. You don't need an elite quarterback. So let's go get Matthew Stafford. Let's build around the offensive line. Let's re-sign Robinson or sign Kenny Golladay. Let's get a defensive coordinator, and there's our Super Bowl. Voila. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Subscribe. As always, my name is Michael, and I approve this message.